Hi y'all, it's Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings here with another project for us today. So, oh goodness, I thought that was a piece of trash. It was attached to the twine. So, this is what we're going to make today. I was looking around for something, I don't remember, something the other day, and I found these little envelopes and cards that I've had for I don't even know how long. There's like 3 of those, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 of those little cards, and they're just really, really cute. And I thought, well, okay, I need to figure out something to do with that. So this is what I came up with. So this was done by Studio, and 2013. So I've had them for a while, but you might be able to find them. They're about the size. You could make your own because I think they're about the size of a CD disc ish, kind of. So let's see, it's about 5¼ by 5¼ square. So it just doesn't have a little window in it that the CD player does, CD holder has, but it looks to be about that size. So you could probably make that work if you can't find something like this. But this was in my stash, and I have been trying to use up my stash, so that's what we're doing here. So, and these are some really cool papers. I got these, and I have to admit, I bought these on Temu. And I thought, well, I didn't know if I was going to like them at first. And I thought, well, they're not very expensive, so I'm going to give them a try. So I did, and I loved them. Ooh, excuse me. So I got a little package of those papers. I don't know what I did with the rest of them, but anyway. Some of them have little cats on them, and some of them have these really cool mushrooms. So I used the cat on this one, and then you open it up, and this is the envelope. This is the envelope, and I've glued it to the back of the card. So I put the card in. You'll see in a minute when we get ready to make ours how we did it. But this has another little card in it that I found another little package of, and it's a little scalloped card, and you open it up, and it has little scallops. And I thought, well, how cute is that? So, and it fits in the same size envelope. So I did that. You can stick it out right here. I dyed this little paper doily, and I left all of these out so I could show you what I used. Some of these are Adirondack Tim Holtz Rangers alcohol inks. I don't know if they all are. They may all be. They appear to be. Oh, here's one that's different. It is just called alcohol ink. It's Ranger, but it may be the same thing. It's just in a different, has a different label on it. But the colors that I used Wild Plum, Purple Twilight, Citrus, Sunshine Yellow, let's put these over here, Valencia, Sailboat Blue, Wild Plum, Rust. I used the rust on this one that I made, but I didn't use it on the other one. It came out a little darker than I really wanted it to. So I only used that one on this one, but it still looks pretty. Stream and Honeycomb. And those are all of the little alcohol inks that I used. I left them out so you could see them. I did not want to do the alcohol inks on video, simply because these little doobie dobbies here dry pretty quick, but I also did the lace in the same colors, and it took a lot longer to dry. And so I just went ahead and did them ahead of time. So, but anyway, back to our little thing here. This is the envelope, has the card inside here. This is the card that came with it, which is this little card right here. And it's already made for you, and it's embossed around the edges. Open it up, and it's got lots of journaling space in here. Now, I thought that I might put this in here just because, but if I do, I'm going to lose that whole page of journaling space. So I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to put it in here or not. So what do you think? If you think I should put it in there, put it in the comments yes. If you think I shouldn't, then put it in the comments no. And I'll let y'all have a say in that. But it's really pretty, and it's nice, and I like it. And so I did not do anything to the back except put my tape on it. And I put my tape on it because that tells me that when I get ready to put it into my journal, I can take this tape off and I can make a pocket. And I have these little tags right here. Or I'll have to do something because I've managed to. I tell you what, when I mess with those alcohol inks, I get it all over me and everything around me. But anyway, you could do that on that. I just don't know whether or not I'm going to do that, but I wanted to have that as an option. Otherwise, you could just glue this entire thing down and glue it in on your page. You still have the pocket here with a double card inside here, and you have two sides on the inside of your card here. So this little piece of ephemera still has quite a bit of journaling space. So I don't know whether the tags would be overkill or not, but I wanted to have that option for later. So I'm going to put this little guy back in here so I can find him later, and y'all vote and see what you think. And if I don't get any votes or anything, then I'll just decide later. Anyway, so here's what we're going to make today. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this piece of sort of almost a fluorescent-y mushroom thing, and I just loved it. I thought it's a little bit big, heavier than usual 6x6 paper, but it's not as hard as cardstock. So it's a little heavier in there, but not terribly. So here's our envelope, and there's our little flap. This is our little thing we're going to put on the inside. I lightened the colors a little bit from what I did on this one. This one's a little darker. This one has a little more yellow in it because the paper had more yellow. And so this will be the piece of paper we're going to put on the inside. And there's our little scallop card and our tag. It's a flip top tag though, so it's a double tag. If you didn't want it to be, you could just certainly cut it right here and just have a single tag. So you could certainly do that. And then our little tag that we're going to work on. And I wanted to work on this with maybe greens and yellows and pinks. So I have my pink, I have my greens out. I couldn't decide which green. And I wanted to use my fossilized amber. Okay, so we're going to use those colors. But the first thing we're going to do is take our envelope here, and we're going to cut this. Now the other one I tore along the edges because I like that look, and I may do that on this as well. And I wanted, so I'm just going to start off by tearing off just a very small edge right here. Just right here along the edge, because I want my mushrooms to show. Okay. And just kind of guess at it here. Now, we don't need that really tall peak there. right here. And you just kind of guess it about where you want it. So I'm going to tear right straight along this edge here because there's a really cute little mushroom right there on the side. So, and like I said, I like the raw edges to show. They really pick up the ink, and I like that look. So we'll do that. We'll have to keep kind of going back to it and measuring it a little bit, but that's okay. Come about right here. Tear this one down. Now this does have a grain to it because it tears much different going straight than it does going across. It's very sporadic across ways, but here you can pretty much get a straight line, so that's pretty cool. And then we'll measure it one more time and tear this one off. That's sure not torn straight, so there you go. Okay, make sure we're on the right way. There we go. I tore it in just a little bit this time, so you can see a little bit more of the edges around here. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's see if I can find, here's my green dauber, and I need my yellow dauber. And I think what I'm going to do, and I had a hard time with this, trying to decide. And I really like, this has all three of these greens in here, but I kind of like this loud color. Kind of loud. So I think that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to ink around the edge of this. And I don't know if that's going to show up that much or not. We may have to come back and do something different just to get it to show up a little bit better, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. That's what we do. We try it and we see. And then I think that is going to do pretty good. Just can't seem to get this down here. Get that flat edge. Maybe I can tear it a little closer to the edge. I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay, that's going to work though. And then I think around the edge of it, I want to do pink. Okay, I'm going to put these two over here. That doesn't mean we're not going to use them. It just means that we chose that one for right now. So then I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to come in pretty far because I want the edge of this envelope to be seen under here. Okay, so it's going to fit under here like this, but I want that pink edge to show around. So I'm going to ink it pretty far in here. Just do it like that. It's a whole lot faster. And then I am going to go ahead and do this side. This is the flat. Not that it's going to be seen because it's going to be on the back of the card, but this little edge will be seen, and I want to make sure that's covered pretty good. So let's get a little water here and clean up this. Otherwise, we'll have pink everywhere, which is what I usually do. So there we go. So we have our envelope. It's going to open to on the left side, and this is going to fit on here. And that is going to fit just perfectly right there. Okay. Yes. Yes. I wonder how this Lucky Clover might work on here as well. It might give it just a, we may put them both on there. It does kind of highlight the white part a little better and makes it a little greener. So let's give it a whirl. And I think I like that better. So now we have two greens that we're using. Okay, now we're going to get our glue and glue it on. And I want to glue it really good all the way down the edge and all the way on the back. I don't want it coming up in the middle. Okay, so we'll put that right there. Looks like I need to refill my, let's fold that back up under there so I know where my edges are. And there we go. All right. Let's get our little burnishing tool here and burnish that down a little bit. And I wonder how it would look if we kind of put a little bit of green just in a few places around. Just a little bit, not much. There we go. Okay, then we're going to open this up. Now, we're going to work on our card for a minute because our card is going to be glued right here. Before I go though, I want to make sure, because I want to cut these two little nubbin flaps off, because I'm afraid over time they will tear off anyway. And so I'd rather just go ahead and cut them off so that they're off where I want them to be and not where nature wants them to be later. So cut that off. And all I did was cut these little nubbins off right here so that the envelope is the same all the way across this way. Okay, that's all I did. All right, now this is going to, we're gonna, when we get our card done, we're gonna glue it right here. So we are going to work on this card a little bit, and I think I'm going to use the green again. Because these little embossed raised edges here look really cool because they're a little darker than whatever the color is. So I'm going to ink all the way around this. Now, this is up to you to decorate this how you choose with whatever supplies you have. You know, it's really up to you. You may not want to decorate it at all. You may just want to leave it plain. But I like the fact that it has these little raised edges. So I'm going to get this darker green and go over the edge a little bit because it really brings out that embossing. And I like that idea. Okay, so there we go. Okay, one more time. Let's clean up our ink. And then you kind of have to decide what you're going to do. Now, on this here, okay, let's see. Where are my insiders? Okay, here's my little thing. You could put that on there like that. You could put nothing on there. You could put a piece of square tape, paper on there, like such as this. It's just a little square tape, or not tape, but paper. And then maybe put a flower or decorate this somehow, however you want to do it. But I am going to, I had this little piece of, I don't even know what this is. It's some kind of coffee dyed something or another. Anyway, and so I am going to use this to put kind of, and it doesn't tear like butter. Okay, here we go. And that is just not gonna work, so we're just gonna have to cut it. It was pretty hard to do a while ago, so even I got that. Okay, we'll put that little piece over there. And I'm gonna ravel it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Thank goodness. And there is some kind of pattern on this. It's some kind of maybe a tablecloth that's been coffee dyed, but there's a pattern on it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it kind of makes the tearing and the pulling a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. That's quite okay. We're just going to pull some of these strings off of the edge and have it didn't cut this one quite as big as I did the other one, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. We are not here to cookie cutter things. So there we go. And that gives a little bit of a background for this to fall on. And I think it brings those colors out so much more. Now on this one, I used some of these little pieces that I tore off and put around here, and it looked great, and I like that. But I don't want to do that on this one. I think I'm going to leave it plain and just have the edges. So what I may do is ink up a little bit of the edges, just a little bit, for what shines through. Let's put a little pink on here. And oh, here it is. Put my yellow one. I lost my yellow one. And we'll put a little bit of that on here as well. Kind of help pull in those colors. A little bit wet still, so maybe that'll get it off good enough. All right, so we're going to use our Fabri-Tac, since this is fabric, and use this to glue this down. And I do want it to stay, so I want to make sure it's glued really nicely. Center it in there. The Fabri-Tac does give you just a couple of minutes to move around a little bit, just in case you don't get it laid down where you wanted it. Got a little string stuck in the glue, and I don't want it in the glue, so we'll get that stuck out. Okay, there we go. Now then, we have this little jobby. And see, I really like that a lot better than having the pieces around the edge on this one. I just think that it's Let's see, this is what it would kind of look like. Of course, I don't know, that's kind of pretty too. That pulls in some of the colors. But I think I'm going to knot on this one just because. So I'm going to put these little pieces of nubbin in my nubbin bucket over here. There we go. Okay. Now, I had a flower that I put on this one. Sort of a flower right here with a little dragonfly. And so I laid out some flowers. I don't think the purple ones are going to look as nice on this. But I thought this one might look pretty. I only have one of these left, so, but I thought that looked really nice on there. Okay, let's see if we can center this up a little bit better. And I do like that on there. Now on this other one, I had a hole in the center, and I stuck that stem down in there like that. So, let's see how that looks. It looks okay. I like that. I like that. And then we could get a little dragonfly. There's an orange one. You can see that one pretty good. Here's a pink one. The pink one looks pretty good too. I think that maybe because of the flowers are pink and orange, so I don't think that we'll go wrong with either one of these. Where in the world is in the center? I need you to come back up here because my little flowers are a little cockeyed here. Okay. Let's put you right like that. And then maybe we could put both of them on here. Put this one here and maybe this one down here. That works for me. I kind of like that. So, okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave this little flower right here, and we're going to pull it up just a little bit so that that stem goes right over the center, and then I'm going to cut this off just a little bit. Yeah, sure, I am. Okay. And then I think this time we will go ahead. I glued this on. I cut these little legs off and glued it on. But I'm going to see how it will do if we put the little legs to this on here. And fold that over. I don't know about that. I think that works, but you still see that little nubbin leg. And I don't want to see that little butterfly leg. So if we cover it up and put it like that, that's better. And then we can put this one down here. And now we don't want you flying the same way. We want to put you in here like this. Well, goodness. I think I'm still going to have to cut those little legs off because you can still see them there. I don't think, though, when it's on here, I don't think it shows. I think that will be fine. I think that will look just fine. So we'll put our little dragonflies back over there. We're going to get our glue and glue this down. I think that's not going to cut anyway. There we go. Don't cut my little thing here. No, don't want to do that. Now then, we'll glue. And these little things are kind of hard to glue down because you just kind of have to hit or miss. There's not much there gluing wise. So we'll just make sure we get it as good as we can and then go from there. Okay, then we want to turn that flower ever so slightly. Make sure we get it centered as best we can. And there's our beautiful little dragonflies. Don't they look darling? Very cool. Now we could get another one. Let's see what other colors we have here. There's a pink and blue one. It doesn't show up very well though. The green one's not going to show up. Here's a dark blue one. Now he might show up. We could put him up here and cut these little legs off. And they cut off really easy. So alright, little dragonfly guys. Oh, put you another one right there. We're going to put glue on the back of this one. Glue it down really, really nicely. And put it right there. And then we hold for just a moment. And then it's stuck. Good job. All right. I like that. Very cool. Okay, so now we're going to do the inside here, just like we did the inside on this one. This is where we are here. We've got that all done. That little blue thing keeps coming out of there. So, we're going to open it up and do some inking in here. You know, y'all know I just can't do the white page thing. I just, oh, excuse me. Let's see, where, that's brown. There's green. Alright, so we're going to use some green here. Got a little bit of glue on my thumbnail there. I'm going to go around our card, inching it onto the embossed part. Okay. There we go. Looking nice. by the time this airs, I know the Olympics will probably be over. But right now, while we're filming, the Olympics are still on. So we have been enjoying the Olympics. It's one of my favorite things. Every time they come on, I'm just awed by Olympians and their little stories and what in the world. Don't know. Okay. We'll put a little bit of this green on here, a little bit of green over here. Then we're going to get a little bit of pink. Put it in here. Just wherever you want it. Okay, and then we'll use our yellow. Put a little yellow on here. I like that. I like that. I like that. Now then, I think for, let's put this up. Let's put this up. Let's get this green, I think, around the inside of the card. I want to do with just a little bit more of this darker green. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more like a border, I guess. A little more finished. Okay. There we go. And we have our card done. We're not going to worry about the back now, because the back is going to go on our envelope here, right here. Okay, there we go. It's going to fit right there. So what we want to do is use a different color. Now on this one, you'll be able to tell that I used the pink here on the edge, but I don't want to use the pink again, so I think that we will maybe use the yellow. And all we're going to do is just ink up this whole little section right here. Not going to worry too much about all of the iffies. This one is all going to be on the back. It's going to be on the back with our card. So you're not going to see this. You're not going to see this when we get it in the book. So we're not going to worry about that. And then we'll have this little part. I'm going to set you over there so I try not to get any ink on you. Now then, we have this little piece here. We still got to do our little inside card, but what was I doing? What was I doing? And where did I put my little piece of lace? Oh my goodness. Where? Put my glasses on. Put my glasses on so I can see. Maybe I dropped it, but I don't see it anywhere. Well, that's just crazy. I know y'all are probably yelling at me because you probably see it somewhere and I just don't see it. How do you lose a piece of lace? I don't know. I just don't know. That's my paper. Alright, so we were going to decide whether to put it up against here or put this up against here and put our lace over here. I like the flowers, so I may want to turn it like that and put the flowers there. But I've got to find that little piece of lace, and where would it go? It is so crazy. Oh, it fell in the trash can. You know, where everything falls. All right, and then I want to put this little piece of lace, which is made with the colors in this little medallion here, this little flower. And we're going to put it right here. But we can see the holes under there, so I think I'll use my yellow and just go right under here, just so that what shines through is colored paper and not just a white piece, because we like color, lots and lots of color. So I'm going to put that right there like that. Then we'll put our piece of lace on there. And I need glue. Glue is what I need. And I left the pen out again. Somebody really needs to come up with a better way of doing this. This little bitty dinky pen in this little bitty dinky hole, and it manages to close up in 2 seconds. Take that off. So let's see, here we go. Here we go. We're cooking now. We're cooking now. All right. And just to make sure, I am going to put just a little bead down here on the bottom, little bead up here on the top, and we're going to slide this on. And there we go. We'll trim that at the top. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Okay, then we can trim this off here. There we go. Trim it off on this side. There's our ink. Just to ink up the extra page, a little pink around our yellow, so the yellow is not quite so obtrusive. And then, let's see, I need, that'll work, just a little piece to put here to make that edge not quite so. There we go. All right, now we'll get our Fabri-Tac glue here. And glue this down here. And I want to use this end because it does have some yellow in it. This other side didn't seem to catch the yellow very well. So I want to make sure we've got some yellow on our ribbon. And there we go. Alrighty, cut our ribbon off, and then we're going to set this aside. Little dragonflies flying around everywhere. We have a little piece left, so let's get this. Now this is going to go inside here. Now, in a minute, we'll need to decide something about that, but we'll decide that in a second. All right, so now then we've got to do our little scalloped card here. There we go. Isn't that cute? When you open it up, it's two scallops, and then it folds to make one scallop. I just think that's really cute. So I think that we will do the yellow. Yellow, it's going to have to be another color with yellow. But I think that will be okay. I think that will be okay. So we're just going to go along here. Get a little more ink. Ink around these little scalloped edges a little bit. And this little insert here is just a little bit tricky, but not too bad. You just kind of make it work. Then we're going to turn it over and do the other side. Okay. Inky, 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 inky. Sure we get this little section and this little section, and then we'll do the other side of this little nubbin area here. We'll get some pink, because we want it to show up, so we're going to put some pink on here. Now, you wouldn't have to do all of this if you didn't want to, but I think it looks kind of cute. We'll do your little section. I'm not really a very neat inker, and you can tell when you get through I have ink all over everywhere. But that's okay. Now we're going to turn it in this way and go around. Come around here. There we go. And to our green, and I think because we're doing the edges, I'm going to use this darker green just to kind of highlight it a little bit. Not going to be overpowering with the green. Okay, don't want to be overpowering with the green. Then we'll turn it back over this way and do this side. Little green here. Little green there. We've got to do our little inside thing here. Now we're going to open it up and we're going to put a little bit of color on these pages. Not a lot. This is our journaling space, but we don't like just plain old white journaling space. So Oops, sorry. Grabbed you by the little string. Okay. Turn it over. Do a little bit here. And you can put as little, as much, none. You can make it solid. Anything you want to do. You do it the way you like it done. And then we'll put just a little bit of pink, just to kind of grab it and pull it in a little bit, pull the colors in. I don't want pink to be our dominant color, but I do want it to be in there. So, okay. So there we go. There's our little finished scalloped thing. Now, I don't know that I showed you the scalloped thing a while ago, and I don't think I took it out to show you how I did it. So I put a little one of these little doily things on the front of this, and then just left the inside for journaling. So you have this is journaling, and this is journaling. Then on the inside of your card, you have journaling and journaling. The back is not going to be journal because that's what's going to be glued down. But you've got plenty of journaling spot here. Put that back in there until y'all tell me what to do with it. And I was going to look. I have some little orange and yellow of those doilies that are just really cute. And so I thought I'd put one of those on there. And I just don't know. That one's kind of cool because it's a different shape. I like this one because it's got a little pink in it. I think that one's the one. That one's the one because it's got a little bit of all of our colors in it. And when I put it on there, it just kind of lit up those colors. So let's get our green dauber, and just very easily go around the edge just to give this a little definition on the front of this card. Don't want a whole lot of color, just enough that we can see the border around it. Perfect. All right, so let's see. And this is our card when we hold it like that. So we're going to take this, and we have a little loose leaf there trying to escape. And we'll put this on here. I'm not going to worry about those little fringy areas. We'll put that right there. Now I have some flowers here, but I don't know if we need one. But let's take a look and see. Those are yellow. I don't think we need pink or anything. I think we've got plenty of pink. Purple. Let's see what's in this little bucket. We might find something that we like. Oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that there. Picks up the orange and the butterflies. Kind of like that. Alright. Let's see if we go with something a little more subdued. I kind of like that too, but not as much. I don't think. We could scoot it over a little bit more. I don't know. I wish I were here where you could talk to me. That's another big bouquet almost like. Really think I like this one. I think I like this one here. kind of subtle, but there you go. All right, I'll put all of you guys back in there later because that's a feat unto itself. Getting all those little stemmy things back in that little envelope. Okay, I don't know where my tweezers are, so much for tweezers. So we're gonna put you like right there so I don't have to cut any of that off. Okay, there we go. I like that. Let's try to fold this down a little bit. There we go. I need a little word over here. Now on this other one, I put a little nubbin like that thing on there, and that looks kind of cool. I don't know. I don't have many in here that are what I would call yellow. Have some blue ones. I don't think we need a blue one. No. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. Okay. That's kind of cool, but I guess that looks kind of cool on there. It does kind of bring in the green. I kind of like that. Being a different color. I kind of like that. We're going to go with that one. So there we go. Let's see. And we'll put all of you little guys back in here. I don't know, you're kind of cool. Yeah, I kind of like you too. But I think you fit the filigree a little better. Now I wonder if we can find a little word that will fit on that little bitty thingy. Let's see. I have lots of words, but they're all usually big. Here's a Be Creative. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. If we tear it really small, that just might work. Okay, come on. I know you just got a little bitty place to tear, but it's really hard when you have no fingernails. But there we go. We got it. All right. And I think that if we do the green, it's not going to show up. How about we do pink? And that might work. And I kind of like that on there. Okay. So we're going to put this little Be Creative on here. And we're going to put it right here. I think that works. Maybe we need a little yellow on it too. There we go. I like that. Alright, I wonder where the brown doobie-dobby is. Let's go around the edge of this little thing. It's white and it makes it look like paper, so we want to make sure we cover up that brown, or cover up that white edge. And then we'll put this right down in here. And we'll put you right there. And you fell out of your hole, wherever your hole was. I don't remember. Alright, we'll put you back up there with your mama. We will put you right here. This We'll go back in the envelope. I don't know if we saw the inside, but the inside's just lusciousness. Those colors look really pretty together. You could put another little word or a phrase or something on here if you wanted to. Come on, eyes. Put you in there. Now you can see that the scallop is a different color, so you can see that there's something there you need to get. So we're going to get our little card here, and we're going to go not to the fold on this envelope, but close to the fold, and then all the way out here, and we're just going to cover it all with glue, because this is the only thing that is going to connect this envelope to this card. It's going to be that little piece, and as best we can, we're going to center it. There we go. Wipe up our excess glue. Put that on there. Fold that over. And now I am going to go ahead and put my tape on here so that I know this is just a signal to myself that this is how I intended for it to be. So when I get ready to use this in my journal, then I'm not sitting there thinking, okay, was I going to glue this down? Was I going to make a pocket out of it? What was my intention? So there we go. That's why I do this when I'm making it. So I know what to do when it comes time. I can barely remember what I did yesterday, let alone in a week or two when I use this in my journal. All right, so there we go. So we have that. This would be glued down into our page. You can use this little journal right here as an example. There's a page. So we're going to glue this down right here in our page. Probably on this page would be better, so that because that's the way that it opens. And put that right in there. It's going to be glued down, and there we go. So we have plenty of room, and you've got plenty of room to journal. Lots of journaling there, journaling on your card, and lots of beautiful color. Now, oh, excuse me. If you want to decorate this, you certainly can. I am going to leave it because I love the mushrooms. I love the colors of the mushrooms. I might try to find a little saying down here and put a little piece of gauze behind it, but I really like how this looks and how it turned out. And it's just so colorful and so pretty, and got a piece stuck on it. And now we can do our journaling cards if we so choose. I'm going to leave the journaling card here with it, but that's how it would look in your journal. Awesome. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm not going to worry about trying to do the card. I could. These are the little papers that I used on the inside, and you could use a piece of paper right here, and it works perfect. The little piece of washi tape up here at the top, it's perfect. It fits perfectly. And then just color it on the back, cut it apart, keep it two. It's up to you, however you want to do it. But I don't want to make the video any longer having y'all watch me decorate a tag. So you do that the way you want to, the way you like it. And we'll call this project finished, call it a day. And that's it. So there you go. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We would love to count you as one of our Pink Dragonfly group creative group members. We don't do anything, but It's kind of cool to have a little group. And share the video with everybody you know. We need subscribers, and we're getting there, and but I need your help, so share that little video out there to the world. Also, if you get a chance, check out my online store, www.pinkdragonflywings.com, and see what kind of things we have in there. We have some journals, we have some supplies, we have other things, and it's kind of an eclectic little store. I have some things that my daughter has made. I have some things that my little 88-year-old mom has made, and she just wanted to be part of the group, so those things are in there. So take a look and see what you think, and until next time, you be creative too. Bye bye.